What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk about Shiba Inu. A little bit of a sell-off right now. I'm going to be talking about what caused that sell-off, some data points very relevant to a lot of investors, and at the end of the day, where I see Shiba Inu going in the short term. Before I get into any of that though, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. If you like my channel, want to support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. And one thing as well, I just want to share with you, there is a massive promo only until June the 30th. Just deposit $1 and you do get 6 free stocks. So click on the link in the description below, take advantage of this amazing deal, hottest deal of the summer, so take advantage of that. But with that, let's get right to it. So I'm going to do a little bit more technical analysis at the end. Just want to start off by going over some data points very relevant to investors. So looking right here, we're down roughly about almost 15.5%. It's a very slippery slope, and unfortunately it's just largely because investors are not holding their positions. And I just want to point this out right now. So this is all the liquidations. It shows whether longs are closing out the positions, shorts, and everything. So over the last month, you can see all the green. That is longs closing out their positions. That hands down kills the momentum because it just adds to the selling pressure, and it is a very slippery slope when this situation does happen, especially if you couple that with bad CPI data, then also about potential interest rate hikes, especially that is coming out this upcoming Wednesday. So 75% basis point is what the estimate is, and then just broader negative news about cryptocurrencies and also Shiba Inu itself. So like I said, this is one of the many things that is all piling up and hurting cryptocurrency. And so over and above that though, just want to go back to here right now, 4.7 billion for a market cap, 419 million for volume, up 81%. And in the end, I'm always a very strong believer. You can look at as many technicals or data points as you want. You always want to look at the volume. You want to look at whether the actual asset is getting capital flowing in, out, whatever it might be, especially if you do couple that with some other indicators. But it is good to see, regardless of us going down as much as it is, we are up roughly about 81% from 24 hours prior. So that is fairly good, especially if you do couple that with this. The trading activity over the last 24 hours has been 80% buys. So clearly a lot of smaller retailers are taking advantage of this. The big whales are selling. So take that how you see that. That could be seen as a little bit more of a negative thing or a positive thing, whatever you floats your boat. Keep in mind though, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. All I am doing is sharing a lot of the data points and my projection on where things might be going. So one thing as well, I just want to share with you as well, because I always like to point this out. Number of merchants accepting Shiba as far as a form of payment. You always want that to be a little bit more ingrained in society to show upward momentum. Right now, 659 accepting Shiba as far as a form of payment, up 7 just in June. So it is on a nice trend, regardless of us going down as much as we have. And if you are one of those individuals that likes to look at charts, looking at this chart over the last several months, it has shown significant amount of improvement in that merchant factor. So like I said, this is one of the things that you definitely need to watch for. Shiba Inu and also cryptocurrencies are still in its adolescent stages. A lot of people seem to not really factor that in. So again, it's one of those things, if you have a long-term time horizon, take advantage of these massive dips. These are the dips that you need to buy. When there is so many people screaming bear market, recession, that is the perfect time to buy. Overall though, just want to pop over and do some technical analysis, because at the end, yes, there's a lot of fear on the market, but what are the technicals saying? So right now I do have the 1-day chart up as well, and looking at this, I have the 7, 25, and 100-day moving averages, Bollinger Bands, momentum, and stochastic RSI. On the 1-day chart, looking at stochastic RSI, we are a little bit more oversold massively, but yet we do have that deviation. So teal above the purple, showing a little bit more of a continuation of a bearish trend. Momentum, you can see number of buyers have actually been maintaining itself over the last several weeks or per se. So that is a very positive sign. Where my cursor is exactly at 0. Anything below that shows that we are physically losing buyers. So you can see that we have had glimpses of a lot of buyers, new buyers per se, getting in. So that's very optimistic, especially on a meme coin. You definitely do need that. And also you do need, like I've always pointed out, volume. So, but with that, let's get back to it though. Looking on the actual chart, we're lower percentile of the Bollinger Band, and we are at a very interesting time, more so because we've been fairly stagnant over this kind of period. All of the moving averages and the central Bollinger Band all kind of merged together, so it was very pent up. We could have either gone up significantly or down, but unfortunately because of the CPI data, it's just kind of ingrained a little bit more fear in the broader market. So at the end, it is what it is. Can't really change it at this factor. You can only change the fact if you decide to buy on this red day, which in my opinion is a very good opportunity to do so. So with that though, I just want to quickly bounce over to this 4-hour chart as well, because it's always good to kind of compare and contrast the 4-hour, 1 day, 1 hour, just to kind of see where things are kind of breaking down. And looking at the 4-hour chart, you can easily tell this is where we are breaking down at this factor. And right now you can actually even see that the number of buyers on the 4-hour chart has gone down significantly. So this is clearly prompting a massive sell-off. Looking at stochastic RSI though, despite everything, it does look like even in the short term, we may be bottom. So with that though, like I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, I'm going to give you my projection of where things are going to be going in the short term. So at the end of the day, I feel that there is a lot of fear, especially with that Fed meeting upcoming on Wednesday. There was a lot of optimism that was going to be coming out about the CPI data. And if you actually do look at the CPI data, which again is one of the main factors that kind of prompted all of this fear, it does show right here the fuel. Fuel is one of the largest factors out of all of this, and that is basically what is showing and kind of skewing a lot of these numbers. And it's just one of those things that is just causing a little bit more fear when in reality it's not that big of a deal. So that's my own 2 cents though. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, so these right now is one of the factors why you need to buy. So yes, we might not necessarily be the bottom because we are at a very slippery slope. There is a little bit more of a gap here. When we did break out of this, it shows that there is a strong support at this stage, which we're getting very close to, but that still hypothetically is roughly about 20% of a downward pressure from here. Whether we touch that or not, I don't necessarily think we will. But again, when it comes down to meme coins, extreme volatility is not new by any means. So I feel in the short term, we might be actually going down, possibly getting very close to this, not necessarily touching it per se. On the contrary though, I feel in the short term, more so at least 1 month out, the risk versus reward is significantly higher. So the likelihood of us going up versus breaking below this is very, very high. I do feel that this is also going to be coupled with a huge rotation of capital getting into a lot of these meme coins, because when I show you this as far as breaking down the 1 a year chart, we have gone down a massive amount, which in some cases is a little bit more justified, but I feel especially that we've been stagnant for so long, we are well overdue for a breakout, or at least a partial rally as well, at least to this kind of range. So which in reality is fairly good. It's going to keep a lot of investors happy. That's roughly about a 30-40% hike from here. So with all that, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. If you like my channel and want to support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money on Shiba Inu.